Want to feel stronger, more flexible, and more confident in what your body can do in just 10 minutes a day? If so, this is hands down the best beginner workout that you can do. So if you feel stiff, weak, or if you've lost some mobility over the years, it's not just aging. It's a lack of doing the right movements every single day. And I get it. Most workouts feel too intense, too painful, or just aren't made for real people. And that's why I wanted to show you a simple, effective routine designed to rebuild your strength, improve your flexibility, restore your balance, and boost your coordination without high impact movements or pain. And here's why this routine is so effective. It's because it mimics movements that you do in daily life, but makes them safer and more controlled so you can build real functional strength that actually makes a difference. And it only takes 10 minutes a day. So first, let me teach you the moves, and then I'll show you how to put it together into a routine that you can do from the comfort of your own home in just 10 minutes so you can start feeling amazing in your body again. The first movement is called the sit to stand, and it's one of the most important movements that you should maintain as you age in order to stay strong and flexible. And if you have trouble standing from a chair, this is really gonna help because it works your legs, your core, even your glutes, and if you do it right, it won't hurt your knees. So here's how to do it with perfect form. You're gonna start by standing in front of a chair with your feet slightly outside of hip width and your toes slightly turned outward. What you're gonna do to start this movement is shift the weight to your heels and push your butt back while bowing forward from the hips. The goal of this movement is to load the glutes and the hamstrings rather than what most people do, which is bring the knees forward and oftentimes cause pain to the knees. Make sure you keep your back nice and flat as you hinge forward like this. Don't let it round and don't let your posture slip, okay? From there, you're gonna start to bend the knees, but you're gonna make sure that your knees are pushed out so that your knees are pointing the same direction as your toes as you're coming down in the chair. So the whole movement looks like this. Shift the weight back to the heels, push the butt back, bow forward from the hips, a nice flat back. Allow the knees to bend, but push the knees out. Come down, place your butt on the ground, and then reverse the motion, standing back up just like that. If you want to come up with a good breathing rhythm for this, a great thing to do is inhale as we go down, hold the breath, squeeze the core right before you stand up, and exhale as you begin to stand back up. And for those of you that this movement is still very challenging for, you can also use your hands on your knees as you go down and your hands on your knees for support as you come up. Make sure you pay very close attention to all the form details that we just gave you so that when you do this move, it actually strengthens your lower body rather than causes more pain. Balance and core strength are the keys to avoiding falls and making sure that your body feels good as you age. And this is a very gentle movement that strengthens the deep core muscles while improving your balance so that you can actually move your body more freely and more safely throughout your daily life. Plus, it strengthens your shoulders and your upper body at the same time. It's called the high chair shoulder tap, and here's how to do it with perfect form. You're gonna start by assuming a plank position on a nice surface like the back of a chair or a countertop, something nice and sturdy. You're gonna come into that plank position by stepping your feet back and placing your hands on this chair. I wanna start with your back and pelvic position. So we don't wanna stick our butt out like this, and we don't wanna let our hips sag down like this. Both of those positions put pressure on the lower back. Instead, we wanna squeeze the glutes and tuck the pelvis, imagining we're pointing our tailbone towards our heels. From there, we wanna make sure our wrists and hands are active. So you wanna grab the chair with your fingers to make sure that your wrists are nice and strong as you do this movement. Now from there, there's one more thing that makes this really, really effective, which is imagining that you're pulling the chair back towards your hips like this. You're not actually gonna move the chair, but by imagining pulling your hands down like this, you remove the pressure from your neck and your shoulders, which is what most people do and is the wrong way to hold a plank, and you start to activate your lats, your serratus, and your core muscles significantly more. This will make it harder, but it will make it so much more effective, so don't skip this step. So in position, pull your hands back towards you, and then what we're gonna do is slowly shift the weight to one hand and tap the shoulder. Come back down, slowly shift the weight to the other hand and tap the shoulder. And go back and forth in a slow and controlled manner like this, trying to avoid letting your hips and shoulders twist down just like this. Everything should stay in one solid piece, and you should be really mindful of these form cues so that you're really focusing on strengthening your core and improving your balance. So again, you can do so many things in your daily life much safer and much stronger. This move is all about mobility and improving your posture and the flexibility and strength of your spine. Because as you age and as your spine gets more rigid, the chances that you're gonna injure yourself go way, way up. This move is called the standing side bend. And it's one of my favorite moves to stretch and strengthen the core and the spine at the same time. So here's how to do it with perfect form. Start with your feet right underneath your hips and your toes pointed straight forward. Then you're gonna place one hand on your hip just like this. Don't let your elbow flare forward and roll your shoulder. Instead, drop your elbow back and your shoulder down as you hold this position. Now you're gonna take the other hand, point your thumb backwards like this, reach toward the sky, and imagine you're trying to reach your rib cage toward the sky. Don't think about how far you can bend to the side. Think about how much you can reach toward the sky. Come as far as you can, feeling a stretch going all the way through the side of your body, maybe even in your hip, the side of your torso, all the way into your lat muscle right here, and then slowly come down and switch sides. And go ahead and repeat in a slow and controlled manner, pausing at the end on each repetition to make sure you maximize the stretch. You can inhale as you go down, hold the breath here, exhale as you come up, and repeat that breathing rhythm as you go from side to side, just like this. This final move is called the Frog Deadlift. I know that's a silly name, but it's one of the best moves to help strengthen your glutes, your hamstrings, and your lower back while teaching you how to properly hinge through your hips so you don't end up injuring your lower back in the future. So here's how to do this one with perfect form. You're gonna take a wider stance than you would for your sit-to stance with your toes still pointing outward. Now from here, we wanna do the same thing we did before, which is shift your weight to your heels and push your butt back like this while maintaining a nice flat back. So no rounding the back throughout this movement. In this position, as soon as we feel the glutes and the hamstrings reach a nice position of stretch, we're gonna bend the knees and reach our fingertips towards the ground. Now the moment we have to start bending our spine forward to reach further is the moment that we should pause this motion and reverse it. So for every person, there's gonna be a different range of motion. For some of you, it might mean coming down and tapping your knees and then reversing the motion and coming right back up. For others, you might make it all the way down to your shins or your ankles. And for others, you might make it all the way down to the floor. It doesn't really matter what your range of motion is right now, but over time, it's really good to try and improve your range of motion by reaching further again while making sure your spine is nice and neutral. And just like before, make sure your knees don't cave in like this. Your knees should always be pointing the same direction as your toes as you do this movement. Inhale as you go down, hold the breath at the bottom, exhale as you reach the top position, just like this, and practice this move frequently because it's the move that everyone uses to pick stuff up off the ground, and it protects your lower back and makes you strong for so many activities in your daily life. Okay, now that you know the 4 moves, here's how to put it together into a simple workout that you can do in just 10 minutes. First, you'll do 30 seconds of work on the sit to stance, followed by a short period of rest, maybe around 15 to 20 seconds. Then you'll do 30 seconds of high chair shoulder taps, followed by another 15 to 20 seconds of rest. Then you'll do standing side bends again for 30 seconds, followed by another 15 to 20 seconds of rest. And finally, you'll do 30 seconds of frog deadlifts, followed by a final 15 to 20 seconds of rest. And then you'll start back at the top at the sit to stance and repeat each of these 4 moves 3 times around. Now this entire workout only takes 10 to 12 minutes. But here's the crazy part. After just a few weeks, you'll feel a significant difference in your body. And I know what you might be thinking. Doing the same thing every single day can often sound boring. But that's why we built a 28-day plan that customizes your workouts for your individual body, so you stay motivated, safe, and actually enjoy working out. You wanna try it 100% free? If so, just click link below and we'll give you a personalized plan so you can move your body better and feel better in your body.